Hey guys, welcome back to another one. We're just going to get to pulling out some 236 fry, some L333 fry, moving them into a bigger tank for them to grow out a little bit more. Taking out the rest of this moss because I only sold half of it, and that's going to be getting sold. And then moving just like the Ivanacara I've got left here, the spare male, moving the pike cichlid out, and then just generally having a little look around the fish room. So the first tank we're going to be emptying out today and sorting out will be this tank. It's got currently just got a dwarf pike cichlid in it, a male, and a pleco. We're going to be taking the dwarf pike cichlid out and bringing my breeding pair of Ivanacara from the house and putting them in here. And we're probably going to be putting dwarf pike cichlid into my tank in the house. So we're just going to be taking out the Ivanacara breeding pair. I don't know where the female is, she's somewhere around there. I'm going to be taking them out and popping them. Oh, there she is. Show you her colours before she gets super stressed. So I think the next tank we're going to rearrange today is the L333 albinos tank. I haven't had a decent spawn out of them for, I don't know, probably 4 months now. So hopefully with a little rearrangement we can get these guys going again. Probably going to go for a layout, more of a layout like this, just 2 sets each side, and I'm probably going to stick in the little power head there that's just hanging up. You see it's just hanging there. Stick the little power head in and get a nice big water change in from that butt. But yeah, and we'll give it a little vac off the bottom because it had a big heavy feed the last 2 nights. Hopefully with any luck we can get these guys going, because I do love these babies. They're probably my favourite plecos because they come out in such different varieties. Like you've got the gold ones, you've got like the ones that I call phantoms. They're completely white. There is a massive difference between the two. I don't know if it's I don't know what it is, why they all get the same amount of food with the same amount of keratin in it. So it's not, some are being fed different food, some aren't. Like the one in the cave there, that's a gold. Right, I'll probably get all of these water spikes out as well. Like some people have good success with these, but I find my plecos generally don't actually spawn in the spikes. They always like to go for the more natural looking caves like these. Right, so as you just saw, I just gave this tank like a pretty deep clean. It doesn't look like it at the moment because it's water all over the glass and stuff. I took out all of the spikes from this side, 2 of them from that side, and 2 from the middle. So I think it was 6 in total I took out of them. And yeah, cleaned out the sponge filters and cleaned out the pickup filter there. Hopefully these guys get a little bit of action going. Sometimes a rearrangement of the tank can do the trick. That's what I found in the past with these especially. Rearranging the tank can just do the trick to get them going again. So it's always good to mix it up a bit. I find the coltiers, like the leopard frogs, the worm lines and stuff like that, they like their tanks just to be left and never touched. But I find with a lot of the Hypancystrus, they don't mind the little mix up. As you can see, it does look quite a bit different to what it did a minute ago. So it's actually the next morning. As you can see, the tank's really settled down. We've got another pile of detritus here, which I'm going to scoop out in a second. Got 3 of the males, 2 of my bigger, more dominant males, and 1 sort of like subdominant male. And up the top there, we've got 2 females sitting in caves. And just here, we have a young female sitting in her cave. So it seems to all have mixed up a little bit. There's a female sitting between the other 2 females, and there's another female there, and another there. They're all looking pretty chunky, so I'll keep you updated on this tank, and hopefully we'll get spawned in the next week or 2. And then we're probably going to get to just having a quick sort out in this 300 litre grow out tank, maybe build it up a little bit so the fish have got a little bit more platforms to get up onto, as there's quite a few fish in there now. We're going to pull out some of the fish that have actually got too big and just have a tidy up. Just before we get into sorting out the other grow out tank, I just thought I would come into here and move over these L181s, and there's a few lemons in there. Just move them over into the grow out tank, and then probably we'll pull the eggs that this male's on next week, I think. I think that's the other male there. Right, so we're just going to put a little bit of the tank water into this bucket I've got down here. Get these little beauties over, growing out faster. Don't want much, because I'm just going to take them straight out in the breeder box. Plonk them straight in. And that way, I'm trying to scrape them out of the bottom of the plastic tub, as they are still pretty small. These guys, let's get them into the fish room. We've got our 181 fry and a few lemons in there. They're all hiding under that little bit of wood for a second, and I've just come through here, and yeah, I hate it when this happens. Is one of the males in one of these caves, or there's a cave laying down behind these ones, which I should get out really. I've had a spawn and they've all escaped, so I just threw a little bit of food in there. As you can see, there's a lot in there. To be fair, it's probably a clutch of maybe 35 or something floating around in the tank now. So I'm going to have to get all of them out, otherwise they will just die. You'll probably get like a 15% survival rate if you leave the plecos just to roam the tank. You see here, this little guy. I'm just going to try and grab them out of my hand. They become very, very skinny. They're nothing like what their brothers will look like. Right, let's get these guys in the tank and then move on to the next tank. I know this video has probably been a little bit of a boring one compared to normal, or a little bit different. It's just I've got to sort so many tanks out in the fish room at the moment that they're the only sort of videos I can make really. In the next week or 2 I'll be starting something outside which you guys might be interested in. We'll be building a pond ready for the summer, as we used to have one, but it got destroyed when we redid the bottom half of the garden, and I never got round to setting it back up. But it would be nice to get some a few koi. It's not going to be anything ridiculous. It'd probably be like maybe like a 10 by 10 foot pond, but I do go pretty deep with my ponds when I build them. And yeah, it'd be good to have some input from you guys as well. But yeah, I'm just going to get to having a look at these leopard frogs and see if they've got any eggs in there, and I'll probably end the video after that. So I've just popped you up on top of the water butt for a second. My mic died, so I've just had to turn the air loop off for 1 minute to just record the end of this video. We've got a little bit of water into this bucket. And we'll see if one of these leopard frog plecos is on eggs. I think it's probably this one. I know the one at the far right definitely is, but I know if I touch his cave, I won't be able to get him out and he'll eat them. But if I leave him, he'll raise them up. Look at him. The males have such thick hairs all on their tails. When you touch them, they just feel like little tiny bristles. But yeah, thanks for everyone that's watched the video this far, and if you're going to subscribe, I really appreciate it. Let's see if he'll come out. I'll give him 5-6 more spins. If he doesn't, I will leave him. He might abandon the eggs as soon as I put him back in the tank. Yeah, I know today's video, like I just said a second ago, it has been a boring one, but there will be some great ones coming. So stay tuned for that, and I'll end the video there, as I don't think this guy is going to give me his eggs. But he's definitely on him, otherwise he would have shot out of there by now. Just look how hairy he is. Right, thanks for joining once again. I'll catch you in the next one.